Good morning, traders. Can you hear me and see my screen? If you could just type yes in the questions there. Good morning, traders. Can you hear me and see? All right, I think we are good to go. Okay. All right, well, welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap, and we'll be going through live market. Okay, you guys can't hear me. Now you can hear me over in Discord. All right. Let me know if you can. Please maybe answer with a yes in All Markets webinar. Okay, excellent. All right, guys, let's get started. So welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll be going through live order flow using Bookmap, and is forward-looking. The whole idea here is understanding the order flow is key, because this is the way that market participants, this is how they interact with the market. As the only way, it's with their orders. So understanding the context between the buyers and sellers is what we want to understand, and that will give us an edge. All right, so oh yeah, we have our onboarding webinar. Just a few housekeeping items here. We tried it at a new time here, Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. This is to just get you up and running in Bookmap, to connect you to data and add an instrument so that you can get up and running in Bookmap. So it's pretty basic, but can be very helpful if you have any sort of issues or questions. And then also our supply and demand setups course. We're going to be going through a lot of the setups that we see in the course, and let me show you where that is. So it is here on bookmap.com, and then you click on education, and then you'll see the new course here. Click on that, and then these are the setups that we're going to go through in here. They're very like evergreen, or like these are pretty basic concepts and pretty basic setups in here, but with the slant toward understanding the setup with supply and demand in terms of liquidity. All right, so if you're trading many different ways, doesn't matter really how you're trading. In fact, we address it in this video here. If you're trading with all sorts of... Do you trade with VWAP? VWAP or volume profile or trend lines or chart patterns or whatever it might be, you can still... it's universal. That order flow and supply and demand, it has to work with it. This is how the market actually works, and the mechanics behind the market. All right, so anyway, that's enough on the course and learning center. We also have our hashtag Bookmap Desk competition. I can show you that as well, and it's great. So great prizes. This is what it looks like here, and you can see that all sorts of different people's workstations or Bookmap Desk, and some great stuff. So if you want to partake in that, you can see the prizes here: $1,000, $500, and then this includes Global Plus for a year. So really nice offerings. And then this is something that we went through yesterday in our building out a playbook in our Bookmap Academy meeting. And this is what we're going to be going through, top-down approach in here as well. The impetus, what's making the market move. Key levels on our higher time frames, and then putting together scenarios and strategies based off of your factors. It might be you're looking at previous high or low of the day, or overnight, or fib level, or floor trader pivot level, also time of day or VWAP, whatever it is. Now you're starting to kind of drill down from what's moving the market, your key levels, and starting to understand how you're going to attack or trade the market with your strategies, then your setup. Then it's down to just mechanics, really. You follow your setup. You grade your setup, you determine the sizing, and you get into the market. And you wait for your order flow events and execute and manage. All right. So Let's go through the risk disclosures and we'll jump in. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so let's jump in and what's moving the market? I don't think I need to say too much about that. We know there's a lot of geopolitical tensions and of what is happening in the Middle East, what does the market think of it? This is where the order flow is going to be key. Because maybe you're thinking, well, it's got to you got to go short the stock indexes. Well, if we look at it right now, that doesn't look too good. In fact, the market, we don't know, right? But look at the move to the upside here. It's not bad at the cash open here, and then we've come all the way right back down to it and have been kind of bouncing around in here. Right. So anyway, I just wanted to understand like this top-down approach again from the that slide that I showed previously. Okay, that it's the what's moving the market, and then understanding like, well, is it moving the market? Because this is where you can really get in a lot of trouble if you are looking at your impetus and you're thinking, well, it should be dropping like a rock. Okay, well, maybe the market's not ready yet. Okay, look at your key levels, look at your and build out your strategies, and you're looking at the order flow to give you that insight. So like right now, okay, well, this is actually kind of a setup right here. We have kind of a wedge pattern and a breakout or breakdown from that wedge pattern. Looking for it to trade right into this high liquidity here. Okay, so now how do we get involved in it? Okay, well, it's way too low for us to get involved. It's a key level down here, and I would look for a beautiful little pattern in here, to be honest. Lower highs and this kind of wedge in here, and then look at the exhaustion here. Some buying here, but into high liquidity, and then we're making kind of an equal low here. Come back up. There's no buyers up here, very little, and sellers hit the bid. So you would be looking for it to trade back down into this 86 liquidity here, 86.50, and it just did. Now we're looking for maybe we can get in with a low volume pullback. All right, so let's take a look. We're looking for a pullback, maybe up to a few different key levels here for this setup. Okay, so one would be here, and it's already done it. Another one would be probably up here. Okay, and so maybe we already missed it. Now, one of the questions though about the low volume pullback, it's got to be on low volume, and this is the move to the downside here. Yeah, we see heavy selling coming in, but we see heavy buying starting to come in here too. So this is not what I'm looking for. This is not the setup. All right, so I'm just going to stay clear. This is not it, right? I know what I'm looking for, and I will just pass on it. Now we may drop another 100 points, or down to like this 76 liquidity down here, another 10 or 12 points. But this is not worth putting risk on for me, right? Okay, so let's see here. Let me get to some questions, and good morning, everybody. Yeah, I put crude oil up. I saw the huge spike, Alois, yesterday, and look at the sell-off here. Okay, at the open. Okay, here's the 9 o'clock cash open in crude, and nothing but selling really. Okay, funny, right? this is how you can get in a lot of trouble, is looking for, oh, it's got to continue to spike, and it doesn't. In fact, you know, is there anything in the order flow here that tells us you should be buying? Okay, maybe it starts to kind of look interesting. You know, here, high liquidity, it trades, and then we also get buyers coming in here. So this is getting kind of interesting, and we're looking for top of the range here, and then maybe it can come back into this liquidity. Okay, all it did was make it to the top of the range. Okay, and then we see that you know, the buyers try again here, can't do it. Sellers come in, hit the bid hard. Okay, now it's starting to get interesting though. Again here, funny area for some high liquidity in crude. It's at 72.37 or 36, and you know, the figure is down here at 72, right? So however, we know traders got filled here. We also know there's high liquidity here on the offer, and traders got filled there too. So not too clear right now on crude, for me at least. And I'm not seeing that kind of shift yet. I mean, we can see the volume bars in here. This isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. But are we ready for this to take off yet? I don't know. I don't think so. Not yet. We're looking for a lot of that passive accumulation here, then the aggressors. If we get a big volume dot up here, yeah, not bad. Maybe we can come up into the swing up here, or some of the high liquidity that maybe we see start to come into the offer side up here. Right? Morning, Rob. All right. Yep. Oh, thanks. Yep, for the link to the Academy meeting yesterday. Thanks, Stephen. Yeah. All right, Louis. So it sounds like you grabbed a nice move on that opening drive at the 9 o'clock cash open. Nicely done. All right, let me see here. Any other questions? Thank you, Stephen, answering questions over on YouTube as well as here in Discord. Andrew, what do you think? What do I think of 59.85? Let's go back. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for it to transact. It's like I said, this is and this is kind of the key here, is understanding this in this whole range in here, right? This range in here, understanding the buyers and sellers, and the passive liquidity and the aggressive transactions here. Okay, so like right now, you can see that do we have this kind of transition in here? No, not really. It's just really all over the place. There's sellers, there's buyers, there's sellers, there's some buyers, there's sellers again, followed by buyers. Like I'm not really seeing this trending environment. I'm not seeing that low volume pullback. It kind of did it, right? We marked up this area and this area, and you know, well, it looks pretty good, but this is not the kind of volume we're looking for here. This would filter you from taking that trade. Okay, that setup is here. Let me show you. Okay, it's this one here in this learning center, in this supply and demand course. It is the low volume pullback one right here. Okay, and you're looking for the pullback on low volume. See how this is not really low volume in here. In fact, none of these are really good at all, and yet it still trended down. Maybe this one here. Boy, there's some volume in there too. This is a harder read for that. It's trending down, but it's really back and forth in terms of buyers and sellers here. All right. Let's see here. Let me get to any more questions. Yeah, you want to look at gold? Yeah, we can jump over at gold. I put up a bunch of different instruments in here. We also have the euro dollar here. See, this is really weird environment for me, at least. We see the euro dollar. We're seeing euro strength against the dollar. Okay, we're above 116 right now. What about flight to safety? I guess the market's is telling us they're not too worried about this, that's one way to interpret it, because the dollar has always been kind of a flight to safety. However, in this environment with tariffs and also with this big beautiful bill from Trump and a lot of worries about debt and the United States maybe not being able to control their debt, we're seeing money flow out of the dollar and into the euro, and it's right here in front of us. Okay, even during some geopolitical event. All right, so let's jump over to gold and take a look as well. Okay, so gold was, I've got data here back to about 730 or so, moved to the upside, and now it's, almost right back down to where it was. Okay, so let's see here. Gold is looking pretty good with that kind of, we see, a lot of liquidity getting filled here on the bid in some of these areas. And here's a nice flip of the book here from bid to offer, high liquidity in there filled. Okay, so so we're starting to see the spike higher, but right into high liquidity here at around 450, 3450. Okay, so nice in here as well. Stop run, you can see the stop run spike here in the subchart. This is actually pretty nice little pattern in here. All of that liquidity getting filled on the bid, the flush through, the stop. We get one more retest here, actually. So you get this kind of double bottom, and then some buyers start to come in, and you need to kind of get that data out to see if those buyers are coming in. And yeah, you can see them. It's not too good either, but you can start to see the spike in here. Yeah, we look at the crypto markets as well, but haven't for a while, actually. We can add that. I'll add the perpetual. All right, so gold looking good. And where is it going? Well, it just went above the swing here on some size though. Yeah, let's see if we can get it back up into some high liquidity above here. Okay, so now it just traded into some high liquidity here, okay, in a bunch of places here, some here and here. So I'm looking for a pullback. All right, so this could be our low volume pullback. Let's see if we get some buyers up here. There they are. Oh, I can't trade it. Okay, well, I was going to take just a position in here just to kind of show you guys the trade management on this. This would be our low volume pullback. Here come the buyers back in. Now we need to see some follow through on that buy side. Okay, it's already pulled back yet again. It's kind of chopping around in here. Okay, we need to get our buyers back up here at 52.50 and then a breakout up into high liquidity, probably up I don't know, around this 54.50 or 56 up here. Okay, that's what I'd be looking for right now. All right. Anyway, that's gold. So we got a lot of correlations going on today as well. So gold is now starting to kind of turn around. It's been up, it's been down, and it looks like it wants to go back up now. Let's look at that euro dollar. It still continues to climb here. Let's jump over to Bitcoin. Okay, and I'm not seeing too much right now in Bitcoin. And let's jump back to Crude. How's Crude doing here? Okay, so Crude is looking better now too. Okay, so after trading into that high liquidity, and now you can see some of this buying coming in, and some more buying coming in, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Let's see if we can get up to here. This maybe back to 73.50 up here, something like that. Okay, see the turnaround that we're talking about. Now let's jump back to stock indexes. Guys, I'm still just not seeing it, not seeing anything in here at the moment. Okay, well, maybe if, I mean, this traded here and we see some buying. Okay, so let's see if we can get some more buyers in here. Yeah, and nothing so far. Okay, but we know these guys got filled. We know some buyers are coming in. Okay, that's what we know. Let's see if we can get this. It's starting to kind of shape up a little bit. Maybe the retest has been back down into these areas right in here, but it's kind of this. We really need to see those buyers shape up here. The aggressors, the green dots in here, and we had a little cluster here, but there hasn't been too much interest after that. Let's see, question about the ES broke below VWAP. Yeah, it did. It hasn't really been bought back up. Well, this is the VWAP I have here, that it resets at the cash open at 9:30. You can see that it retested the VWAP here, and then it's been selling off. Yeah, I don't see any reason. Like, we're kind of, looking for reasons in here. Well, I shouldn't say that. We're going to look at just the facts. We're going to look at just the setups in here. We know that liquidity got filled in these areas in here, and we're looking for this kind of turnaround, and we're not seeing it. Okay. Now, is this a low volume pullback in this area here? So looking for that trend to continue. And this is not really what I'm looking for in it, and some of the nuances in that setup. Let me explain. Look at the volume. Okay, it's here, right? I want to see it all the way from here. If we can get that type of consistency and strong selling, then this would be a low volume pullback. Okay, but this is not it, because this is where the volume transacted, and you can see buyers coming back up above it. Okay, so that's, you know, I take it off from that reason there. If we had that strong selling all the way down through, then this looks pretty good. Look for the sellers to, or some exhaustion, which we do get up here, and then look for those sellers to come back in. Okay. How do you turn on the stops and icebergs? Okay, Luciano, let me show you here. Stops and icebergs, and it's on TraderMap Pro here right now. I've got to go to the original instrument here, just the ES, not in TraderMap Pro, and it's available in here. And then there's a sub chart and there's the on chart. And then to show the icebergs on chart, and you want to see, or not, yeah, the icebergs here, aggregate C and E. Just check these boxes in here, like show trade icons, right? If I take that off, oh, it's not that one, it is execution icons, right? This is it here. So you'll see, like, you go through, you know, show the event type, and that's it actually. It show the event type, and you see how I don't see it now? Well, just check the box here. There's the T for transaction, and then here's the E for execution here. Okay. And if you need more help on that, here, just go to help, go to the Learning Center. Once in the Learning Center, go to knowledge here, knowledge base, add-ons, and then stops and icebergs on subchart and on chart right here. Okay. Yeah, trying to get you guys to use the hub here at the Learning Center. We're going to have more and more here in the Learning Center. So this is your hub for anything about education. And it's all centralized in here, and then you can branch out into the different areas, like our community and knowledge base, glossary, symbols table, and other things in here as well. Okay. All right. Okay, this is getting interesting now. Okay, so selling off, high liquidity filled at this 78 level. And let's actually take a step back. We haven't looked at our key levels yet, and let's look at the daily, hourly, and our 15-minute chart here for the ES. And then here's the daily. As you can see, the big red candle, the move down to this area here, where you see, you know, previous swing or price action right there. That's why we look at these. These things hold true on all time frames. Here's the move here below the swing here, and then you see the move back up and then the move back down, looking pretty good for on the hourly at least. Let's see if we can get a continuation move, and on the 15-minute we're seeing a little bit of a pullback right now at the moment. Okay. Where is it going to pull back to? Well, how about this? Like back to where this little swing is here, around 59.86 or so. Okay. Then we'll take a look at the order flow. Okay, so it's just about there. Now this is also starting to shape up for potential reversal. Now here's our break of structure, and it's on size. Okay, so kind of turn my head for a minute, and we get this here, and it's kind of a pity because we would have liked to have looked for this continuation, maybe on up a little bit higher here, but we just looked at our higher time frame here, and we are kind of looking for a pullback. I mean, where can it still go? Maybe 89.5 up here, but you know, we'll wait and see here. 89 is up here, and there's a swing up here too at 89. I don't have the London VWAP, Omar. Okay, yeah, you only trade during the European session. Okay. Well, so you got another hour, basically. Yeah, sure, we can add the footprint chart on here. So just go up to this, the configure add-ons, and then can look for, where is it here? There it is. Okay, it's just loading right now. Okay, there we go. All right, and it depends on your configuration, what you're looking for on your footprint chart, and also in the sub chart down below. So you'll have to play around with it. I would just recommend going to the knowledge base. You can go to the guide right in here. This will take you to the knowledge base, and then you know, you can also show the status bars down here, like all of these you know, criteria here: delta, max delta, pullback delta, min delta, and then some on the bid, on the offer, whatever it is that you like. I'm just going to look at the simple delta in here, and let's see, and then maybe sum of all trades. Okay, so I just have two, and to get a feel for it in here, you know, this kind of turnaround, which we're seeing now. Okay, we missed this. It's a pity, because we were waiting and kind of watching for it here. That high liquidity getting filled, and then you know, waiting for those buyers to come in. See the transition. I mean, now it's real apparent. But you know, we saw the. I thought we'd come up to about 86. We did get a pullback here. We got the continuation now back up. So I'm kind of surprised to see that. But you know, we traded all this high liquidity on the way down, and here's your turnaround in delta. Okay, negative, negative, really negative, positive. Okay, and you can see the summation underneath here of all trades, and then again positive, and there you go. Right, so there's that transition that we talk about from sell side to buy side. This is where you can help really get some assistance from Bookmap and some insight, is understanding these levels of liquidity. That's really the key. Did they transact? And then what's the reaction after that passive transaction? Okay. All right, so yeah, there's all sorts of things to take a look at in here in terms of a footprint. The different settings in here. If you want to just look at summation, you can look at that. If you want to look at delta, horizontal delta or diagonal delta, meaning between bid and ask, I'll just look at the horizontal here. And then you can start to look at low and high volume node, pullbacks or something like that, if you like to trade that way. So here's a high volume node. You can see it here, obviously, with the big green dot as well. So maybe you're looking for a pullback to there and then enter for a long. So lots of different ways to kind of slice and dice it here. Okay, here's a low volume pullback, or I'm sorry, a break through that low volume node in here. Okay, and look where the pullback came, right to it, and high liquidity in here. Actually, this is kind of nice. Then the question is, do we get our buyers coming back in again? And we do. Okay, so we missed this one. That's too bad. It's no excuse. It's a little challenging during this webinar to cover all these things and jump around and then not miss it. Anyway, we're kind of waiting and watching for that transition, and boy, we did not see it earlier. It was all over the place, and then now we're seeing it, though. You can really see the distinction. All right, well, anyway, that's footprint. And where's my trader map? Pro. Okay, here it is. Okay, yep. Beautiful. Trading's life, right back to VWAP. There you go. Yeah. Stephen, yeah, a lot of coaches say it's when teaching, it's hard. I mean, your focus is kind of all over the place on many different things. You're answering questions, etc. And this is not a trading room, right? So that is true. Stephen, like may have not known, like so with this Australian group in the past. We were trading live in front of others. I don't have any problem with that. I was a CTA at that time, and I had passed all the exams, etc., to be able to do that, be able to trade other people's money and take positions. So that wasn't an issue. It's more about the education and going through the education during the time. But that was a trading room back then, so that was a little different, and it was a funny one too. It was a funny trading room. It was like I told you about the forex trader, Brad Gilbert. Very news related, and that I brought it up yesterday with you, Stephen. That's why I'm kind of going through it a little bit more here. With him, he'd be looking exclusively at the news, and we would trade news events. He'd be looking at what's the data? Waiting, watching. At like 10, we had consumer sentiment, and he'd be looking for it. He would know how much does this instrument move based off of specific numbers. What's the history of this event? And he'd be waiting and watching, and then the number comes out, and boom, like within like 30 seconds, he could make, a ton of money. You really have to know your stuff, but then that sets up. See, this is what I was trying to get at yesterday, Stephen. Like, a lot of traders look at technicals, and that's fine, and others look at fundamentals, and that's fine. And then you can also look at both. The thing with the fundamentals, though, is it blows the technicals out of the water. Typically, it realigns everything. If the numbers are, if a lot of traders are reacting to it, if the numbers are kind of within expectations, typically, the technicals still kind of hold true. You just get some volatility. But if the numbers are different and the market reacts to it, very differently, the technicals are going to be redefined at that point. And it's a whole new ball game, basically. Okay, so and traders aren't going to be looking so much to the left. I mean, they still will be on higher time frames, but it's more about like the here and the now and where might price go. Okay. Wow, look at this, guys. It went all the way to VWAP and the 6,000 figure, and then now we see the turnaround. All right, so let's see here. This is a pretty interesting move here. This again, this is just not so typical. This we see that kind of turnaround here, and then there's nothing that happened up here when it hit 6,000. It just sold off, and we don't see a lot of selling behind it either, right? So what are we thinking about that here? Our sellers are going to come right back in, and this was it. It was just a move back up into VWAP and 6,000, or are we going to get a reaction in here off of these levels in here? And you can see that yeah, we hit some of this high liquidity, and we're getting a bit of a reaction here. Ergato, like you're asking about different data subscriptions. Well, Bookmap data and Rhythmic is very high quality data. I would recommend going with that. But other options that offer market by order high quality data like that is I don't really know of any others. DX feed is excellent. If we don't really connect to it, like it's not high quality. So I shouldn't say that. I should say that like what we offer, like from our website, is DX feed for futures and Bookmap data. Now, Rhythmic data is offered on our marketplace, so you can get it there. And these are all three are high quality, right? The difference is DX feed does not offer the market by order data. That would be the biggest difference between all three of them there. Russell, you want to see examples of stops and icebergs? Sure. All right, well, stops on the way up here. A couple of different icebergs on both sides here. Now I've got a pretty strong filter on it, so a lot of things aren't really showing up. So we can go back to the original image here. Original instrument, and on chart here we'll do less filtering, and we'll see a lot more. And there, we can go back now. Okay, so it's a good question, using these stops and icebergs, and one of the things that you can look for is your key level. Okay, so like Trading is Life is using VWAP, and then looking for your stop run, maybe kind of a flush through, high liquidity transacting as well. This all looks pretty good here. It did one more, price did one more move to the top side and hit that 6,000 level, and a little bit more of a stop here, and then you can see the reaction now. Again, this is kind of odd price action and behavior, but the move up, the move right back down. What we're going to look for are levels, and then stops and icebergs around those levels. Okay, you can also look for example, high liquidity in here, and then maybe that flush through, and then the big stop run after it transacts, and then come back, and maybe some icebergs as well, maybe a lot of icebergs, or maybe icebergs get filled after that, and then on the bid, and then we look for those aggressors to come in. All right, anyway, we'll look for some of these scenarios here. Louis, for do I recommend global or digital? Well, the digital version is free. If you want to check it out and see if Bookmap is something for you, then you can do that, and it will have delayed data. So if you want to connect to the stock indexes, or futures, or just stocks, you will need to also subscribe to data, and the cheapest version would be just get Bookmap Global and check it out. Yeah, the 6,000 level is going to be a key level, Andrew. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on up here. I mean, usually you see it in terms of it being defended. You would see, a tremendous amount of liquidity on the offer up here. You don't really see that. So what we see is, buyers come in, and there's some high liquidity here, but it's not like a big wall of liquidity or anything, or several layers or price levels of liquidity. And it transacts, and we just don't see any interest. Okay, so it transacts, but then where's the buying interest after that? Right, we come all the way back down here, and then now we're seeing the buying interest come right back again. Okay, back to VWAP. So Louis, yeah, maybe just start off with global and the stock indexes for futures. Uh, I think you could get up and running for the first month at least. It would be $17 for Bookmap data for the CME. It'll be 34 the next month, and then it's what, $50, $49 for Bookmap global. So for $67, you can have it for a month. And then after that, it's going to be like $84. Okay, and try it out. See how you like it. Come to these webinars. Join the Bookmap Academy. Come into our Discord chat room. Okay, go to that learning center and go through all the videos in here. Or start with this market mechanics course and understand what makes the market move, etc. With some of these diagrams in here, and then come back in and go to the setups from supply and demand course here. All right, and then come to the events underneath here. You see all the different events, and just 2 events today. My event, and then Tom B afterwards. So, but usually we have a lot more than just 2. Here you can see, like on Monday, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 events on Monday, right? And that's just English. Oh, I'm sorry, no, there's a Portuguese speaker in as well. All right. So is it being defended? So we kind of, when we came back up here, answer your question, Andrew, we really didn't see too much, right, about defense. And here's, now you can see, here's our answer. I mean, this was more like, probably profit taking, or, people just saying, I'm not buying it above 6,000. Well, now they are. Okay, well, how interested are they in buying above 6,000? This is pretty good. This is pretty strong and consistent volume on the way up here. Okay, now we didn't trade into this high liquidity down here on the bid, right? So this is where, like, we want to see that. We want to see that those transactions into that high liquidity. So we talked about this in the Academy meeting yesterday. High liquidity, so passive accumulation, aggressive accumulation. So here, do we have that passive accumulation? No. Okay, well, maybe they're still reacting at some of these other areas here. But this then, kind of opens the door here for saying, like, it's just the aggressors moving the market now. Okay, well, if that's the case, then maybe we can trade up into some high liquidity here, or we see some exhaustion. We look for sellers here. There's some sellers right there, and we take that instead, right? Because we're looking for back and forth in here right now. Right? We don't see those passive participants. Okay, so we're just kind of trading price action at this point. I mean, it's order flow, but we're looking for some sloshing around in here, basically, if that makes sense. And then where might it go? Well, it can go all the way back down to here, right? And I see some liquidity coming in here now. Okay, so maybe we'll front run that, and look for a price to revisit some of these lower areas again. Okay, it's gonna bounce off of 6,000. We're gonna get a reaction here right at 6,000. We'll see what traders think about it here. It's a good question about this 6,000 level. Are we going to stay above it or below it? And right now we're just right at it. Okay, we came above it. Now I'm interested to see if we see sellers come back in and try to get back down below it. Okay, VWAP holding, trading is life. You know, here's your what was kind of resistance is now support, and it's holding. So we'll see. We'll see if we get buyers to continue on up here. So far, so good. Looking pretty good here actually to get stopped out. But again, do we see any of that passive accumulation down here? No. So, you know, it'd probably just knock us out here. Actually, let's just move it up just a hair. And then turn right around. It's just above the swing here, testing, right? And then selling coming back in again. Okay, now let's see if those sellers do come in. No, stops and icebergs are allowed, Russell, with the Bookmap Global version. No, that's no problem. It must be for some other reason. Which data are you connected to, Russell? You will have to have either Rhythmic or Bookmap data because they offer the MBO data. All right, so anyway, and then you have to connect to it, of course, and then it should work for you. If not, reach out to support. They can help you out. All right, well, let's see if these sellers trade it back down to here, or the swing here, or VWAP in here. That's what I'd be looking for right now. And let's see if they can muster that. Again, guys, like, you know, nothing really great here. Like it's again kind of sloshing around. In my opinion, we don't see the high liquidity in here. It's just aggressors, and then they kind of peter out, and then aggressors on the other side. And looking at some of these little swings in here and the back and forth, right? You know, so we came back down to kind of this area in here. We found some buyers. They're going to test right up here. And we are in an uptrend, so they'll probably test maybe here now to this swing here. Okay, this is a higher low. Okay, I thought with the exhaustion here and the selling coming in here that we would test down to here, and we did not. Okay, this is, you can see how you can kind of start to build out your strategies in here too. Like we're in an uptrend right now, right? So you know, this is counter trend in here, right? Do you want to look for a counter trend trade at this point? Okay, so here's another retest back up here, and let's see. Okay, so back to the swing just above it. And then do we exhaust out? Do we see sellers? And the sellers haven't really tested back down here yet. This is exactly why we look at these wedge patterns. Is starting to kind of wedge right now, is building buyers at these top levels in here. This is again understanding like the this not being really absorbed here. We just don't see that high liquidity. What we're looking for in price in the aggressors in here though is the exhaustion, the testing of areas and the exhaustion. Okay, do we get buyers back up here? And we're starting to. So now this has that potential to trade back up into these levels of high liquidity here. Okay, so this is going to get interesting here. There's more liquidity coming in now at 05 now, as you can see in the heat map here. Okay, so what is their intent to trade up here? Okay, now they kind of pull, right? So yeah, here we go. Buyers are going to take it through this area here. Okay, so maybe they can take it on up to higher now. Maybe this high liquidity up here around 10 or 12. We'll see. All right, let's go through a stop run. Look at the icebergs underneath it. Okay, some stops are hit. Okay, high liquidity starting to get hit here. Not a whole lot. Okay, there's some high liquidity hit. Now we found a few sellers, right? All right, let's see if we get a low volume pullback. No. Okay, there's our low volume pullback here. All right, so let's see if we can catch this one here. And then now looking for the sellers to take it down. Okay, we broke this small structure here. And now we're not looking for buyers. We're getting a few. And let's see if they can, these buyers exhaust out or not. And they're not exhausting. Okay, we do have an iceberg here. And it's just grinding higher. All right, let's see if these sellers can pick it up here now and drop back down. Where are we looking for? I don't know. Maybe back down to you can see kind of where it broke out from here, but I still kind of like this 6,000 level, retesting that 6,000. Let me see any other questions here. Is the liquidity at 83 too far stretched? So this was just recently. Okay. No, not at all. I mean, like, I mean, these, you know, you can start to see some of these bigger swings starting to kind of unfold. So it hasn't yet unfolded on this one, on this move yet. But I was thinking we'd get in that kind of volatile environment in these bigger swings in here. It's been grinding and grinding higher though. Are the orders limit only or stops? Not sure what you mean. The limit orders are in the heat map in here. Okay, so this is the order book. See the COB column here, and then the like 160 here at that 60-10 level. So there's 167 contracts up there, and it is this dark red color. It is the most in the visible book right now. In scale, it's creating the scale for the heat map. You know, red and orange is very high liquidity, then yellow, white, blue, and then black. Okay, I usually have it dimmed about 50% or so. All right, so that's the way it works, and then we project it across, and we can answer some questions. When did this player come in? How long have they been in? And you know, did some of it transact? Did they pull it away? What was their activity? And then that's what gives us the insight here. Okay, now this move in here on the way down is looking a lot better for a low volume pullback. In my opinion, we broke the swings. We see the consistent selling in here, and looking for, and we don't see the buying in here coming back in. It's not as strong. Sellers are in control from this movement onward. Okay, so we're looking for more sellers to come back in. So up here is a deal, and we'd look to have price come back down at least to the swing down here, and then maybe we can get it a continuation move. Now we never know, right? This is where you know, we can get upended in here. We can have if we climb back up here even on low volume and then see a big volume dot back up above, buyers can take it higher. But typically, this is what we see, right? You know, it just kind of floats back up, and sellers re-engage and come back in and move price back down lower. Anyway, we're getting, you can see a little bit of volatility picking up right at this area right now. So who's going to win the battle here? Does that answer your question, Matas? Okay. Wow. All right. Well, after all of that, we do see buyers come right back up here. But this is volatility in here, guys. I mean, look at this one iceberg in here, you know, kind of going crazy and following up right underneath here. So that's a huge iceberg. Okay, it's still active in the book, and 1,600 have transacted. Okay, there. 17 fully filled, 1761. Okay, well, this guy in here, to me, it just looks like you know, he was in a position that you know, he had to act, was getting kind of screwed here, and he had to act aggressively to try to get filled for whatever reason. So this is what happened in that setup in here. We were looking good. We had the right idea for this low volume pullback at least. I got in too early for a low volume pullback here. Okay. I would take it again though. I would. Like here's the drop, here's the low volume, looking for the sellers and looking for the continuation. And we traded high liquidity along the way. That's the setup. Buyers came back in above it here and kind of squeezed higher, not well, and then it did work out. We just had a couple more retests in here, and then the sellers took it down, retested back up in here, and then we have some volatility right now. Okay, and look at this big here, 451. Okay, up above 10 now, up to almost 12. Okay, so let's take a look at this one here. We have the London or European close coming up, and we just had a massive stop run to the upside. We also had a massive iceberg in here, or pretty big iceberg, not massive, but pretty big, get filled here. So they are buyers here for whatever. Maybe they were short, but they were buying back. Whatever the case may be, we just had a massive stop run here. Okay, so we're going to be watching and looking for some additional insight after the big stop run here. Okay, so let's see if we can, we did fill that high liquidity in here. If we get some sellers in here, I think we can move it. Okay, high of the day is up here at 15. Let's put it this way, like, coming up on the European close, I would imagine a lot of European traders don't want to be long this market. So I'm looking for them to kind of sell into the close here. And now we're seeing more of the grind move to the downside here after the stop run. Okay, this is a low volume pullback as well. Let's see if we can get a few sellers in here. And we are not. Yeah, still squeezing higher, guys. This is kind of interesting stuff. Or it's also like, look, we took a couple trades and we missed the big one here when we're covering, I don't know, footprint or other things, whatever it was. And this is what we we're kind of looking for all along, was this, the trend line break, or the accumulation here passively, and then the aggressors coming in. Well, that unfolded pretty nicely. And then now we're seeing the passive liquidity on the offer here. Okay. Let's see, we had one big stop run here, and they're still squeezing higher here. Let's see if we get another big one up into 12 and up into 15. There's going to be a lot of stops, I imagine, up here above 15. Everyone's going to be thinking, yeah, I don't want to be long this market. They're short, and they're going to be a buyer up here, though. So the question is, like, in this environment, it's going to be a little bit volatile now at the close here. We know that, right? So what are you going to do? How would you react to it? Okay, well, you can go with your setup, and then maybe widen out your stops, or not trade. Or really, look for fine tuning and scalping within some of these areas in here. But the market's not really behaving the way that we're kind of looking for. So on days like that, it's not building your confidence. And in trading is life. This is that we were talking about before, like building confidence with your setups. Okay. And if your setup's not working, just stop. I mean, because the setup should work, because because you've traded it, it, and when it doesn't work, something's up. It's not the environment for that setup. Okay? The confidence has then parlayed beyond just hitting singles and making a little bit of money and moving on to the next setup and hitting singles. You've got that behind you. That. It works. Now what you're looking for is, well, and you're having a bad day, or it's not working well, but your setup still works. It should. You've got it. You've got the law of numbers behind it. If it doesn't, well, then something's kind of up. You still have confidence. It's just not your day. Okay, so that's why I think it's very important to go through your setup, back test it, know it extremely well, and build that confidence. See, look at this. Look at that. Right? Look at this crazy move. Like, we went through this scenario here. Now let's short it now. Heck, in fact, I'm going to do it without brackets. Okay, because this is like exactly what we talked about, and I'm looking for this here and this big huge stop run to the upside here above the swing or the high of the day here. Okay, and it did it. Great. Okay, so now now we can trade back into the range. Okay, got the European close coming up. We might get one more tap back here, I didn't have time to kind of widen out stops and etc. So just jumped right in here. Okay, but this is what I'm looking for, and this is not really a setup. It's more of like order flow event above a key level, and then now we're looking for well, let's see if we can get some sellers coming back in here. Okay, it's just that a lot of times on these kinds of big volatile events like this, you don't have a chance to get back in, right? So you kind of miss the setup here. We can look for a setup here. We can look for, again, maybe some selling down here, and we can add to the position. Okay, or maybe we get another move up here and maybe it exhausts out, or trades into this high liquidity up here, and it transacts, and then we see sellers coming in. Okay, this is a great stop run, guys. Look at that. Massive, just unbelievable. Here, we'll take the best bid and offer off. And this is, it's really good. Over in YouTube, I think Russell, who was asking about using stops and icebergs. Here we go, right? Well, here's your massive stop run. It started to transact in here. This transaction here onwards was, they were all stop orders. Okay, massive. Look at that. It swung from 1250 on up to 19 and a quarter. Okay, so yeah, we went up, you know, like 7 points or so. Okay, and those are all stops. Okay, and that's just fact. All right, let's put it back on, and let's zoom out and see where we are. All right, yeah, let's see us hit the bid again. So I'm going to add into it here and look for the move lower here. This would have been more ideal here on low volume pullback. Okay, for your volume profile, guys, maybe you're looking at this node here, or your footprint, guys, or you know, maybe back to VWAP, or maybe the swing down here, maybe the figure down here at 6,000. Okay, we have liquidity at a higher liquidity at a lower level in here. Now this might be the tap back, or we'll see. Maybe it's true buying interest coming back in, but I don't know. We don't know. We just know that this is a massive stop run above the swing, and we have the European close, and then looking for a retest back down to some of these lower levels now. Again, guys, this is not a trading room. It's not a trade recommendation, but we want to go through some of the order flow events, and then how do you use it? Okay, how to consider using it. All right, and let's see if we can get it here. Anyway, guys, we're out of time. It's end of the session, end of the week, end of the day for at least this webinar. But we'll connect with you guys on Monday and go through it again. Yeah, be safe, everybody. Be careful out there. There's a lot of things kind of gyrating around in the market right now, and if it's not making sense, then and it's not the way that that you trade, then don't take the trade. You know, sit on your hands, or maybe back test some other things, etc. Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming, everybody, and we will catch up with you next time. All right, take care. Bye bye.